And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
All right, welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live. Here, the second game is done. Seattle Mariners take game 2. Series is split 1-1. Man, this was an exciting game today, guys. Wow. Come down to the very end. You got the Detroit Tigers with a 2-run freaking double late in the game, and then here comes Seattle. They come right back. Cal Raleigh leads it off with the double, and then you got Julio coming in, and he hits a double, makes it 3-2. Man, I tell you, that was something. It's just going to be me tonight, guys. Glenn is taking care of some of his radio work, but he'll be back with us tomorrow when we talk about the NLCS game 2s. Again, that was some kind of game, guys. That was some kind of game. Insane. Robert, what's up? There's our buddy from St. Louis. Good game. Hope the Mariners win the series. Yeah, we'll see. I was thinking that the Mariners are going to win the series. I thought it was going to be tough. I thought Detroit was going to win. They got their ace, Tariq Skubal, but there was one guy that was a little wrinkle for Tariq Skubal. Jorge Polanco. How about that guy, huh? 2 solo blasts over there to left field, and he took care of Tariq. He was the only guy that was able to get anything seriously done against Skubal. But that's all it took. That's all it took. Seattle snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, says Aaron. What's up, man? Tennessee. My bad. I forgot. You went to the St. Louis game because you're close by in Tennessee. That's what it was, right? Something like that? Something to that effect? Is that what it was, Robert? Forgive me. I remember you came in on a St. Louis Giants postgame show. Oh, yes. Speaking of which, there's some interesting tidbits. I got to thank Armand for this. Let's go. Let's do this right here. Armand, if you're out there, I appreciate you, man. He sent me a tweet with some interesting information here. Here we go. Let's bring this up since it has to do with this game. From Alden Gonzalez. 2 more good ones, courtesy ESPN Research. The last player to hit multi-home run games against Tariq Skubal was Paul Goldschmidt in 2021. Before tonight, Skubal hadn't allowed a home run to a second baseman all year. How about that, huh? Again, I love this kind of stuff, right? This kind of stuff is so freaking awesome. So freaking awesome because you just never know. And Lou Marston, man, what's up, Lou? It falls right in line with what Lou is saying. Baseball playoffs, nothing like it. Get the Giants a new slogan. Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing is you just never know what can happen. Look, in 162, it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. It's the marathon. But when you get into these short series where it means you move on into the playoffs to the ultimate goal of the World Series, or you go home, every game matters right now. In 162, it's okay if you lose a game here and there until you get to the end of the season, of course. But with these short playoff series, man, it's funny. You see these guys. We talked about it before the series. Who's going to be the guy that steps up? Polanco for the Seattle Mariners has stepped up. He is one of those guys. That's part of the story of playoff baseball. Earlier today, Trey Savage could be one of these guys that makes a name for himself in the postseason. So this is what I love about playoff baseball, guys. It's so awesome. It's so damn awesome. Man, how about that? Again, Mariners win 3-2. Almost went into extras again. Man, what was it yesterday? It went into 11. I wouldn't have been surprised if it went into extras again, but the Mariners were able to hang on with just that 1-run lead. Man, oh man, I tell you. I picked the Mariners to win the series, but I honestly thought they were going to win and I picked them. This was back on Friday, and I thought that the Mariners would win, but I thought they would take the first game and then lose the second because of the Scooble effect, so to speak. But yeah, it was the exact opposite. And again, let's see, what was Scooble's line today, guys? Here, let's take a look. MLB. I want to see what his line was today. Surely wasn't like the one it was against the Guardians. Let's look. Scooble, 7 innings, which is good, and 9 strikeouts. So, I mean, come on. It was still Scooble-like, only 1 walk. And those 2-run runs came off of the long ball. So, look, he was still good, if not excellent. It's just 2 bad pitches, man. That's all it takes. 2 bad pitches can end the game. And that's what it did. Unfortunately, the Detroit Tigers offense just didn't come through earlier in the game. Yeah, they made a valiant effort there towards the end. Just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. What's up, Christian? I love playoff heroes except for Kike Hernandez. He can suck it. There you go. No love lost for Dodger players. Mad Bum did it in his first playoff. Yeah. Yeah, he made a name for himself in 2010. What was he? He was only like 20 or 21, coming out doing amazing things. And then, of course, it culminated in 2014 when he came out of the bullpen, Game 7. Look, everyone talks about Game 7, but look what he did throughout the entire playoffs in 2014. The guy was just – he was the dude, right? He was the dude. Insane. Why do you say that? Nick Hundley, it might be. Just because John Heyman is out there tweeting about stuff, we don't know. Honestly, we don't know. Because if it was a lock insane, how come they haven't announced it? If he is gonna be definitely the guy, why haven't the Giants announced it? Just saying. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It might be. It very well might be Nick Hundley. And hey, if it is, got to support the guy, right? Hopefully he can lead the team next year and beyond, because it isn't just going to be about 2026. There you go. Granted, it's not the championship series, but Polanco's 2 bombs like Cody Ross's 2 against Roy Halladay. That's a great point. Aaron, yes, if you want to tie it into some Giants lore, there you go. You got Cody Ross, who took Roy Halladay deep twice. That was huge. Huge. Great pool there, Aaron. I love it. Eric, it's true, but Nick Hundley has been mentioned by most. Who's been mentioned by most? Who in the organization has talked about it? There's people like me out there talking about Nick Hundley, right? That's all it is. It's just people just talking about it. The only thing that we got a little bit of taste of is John Heyman's tweet. But what does that mean? We don't know. Honestly, we don't know. Let's just see what happens. And look, like I said, I'm not opposed to Nick Hundley. I would like to have someone different. You know, I think you guys know who I want. But look, that's a pipe dream. But let's see what happens. I got a feeling that the interview process isn't quite over yet. Or maybe it is, and they're just waiting to announce it. I don't know. No one knows. The only people that know is Buster Posey and company. That's it. Yeah, there you go. Scootero, man, that guy was something else, wasn't he? Gosh, man. Joe Schmo, football close. You know how I feel about that. I could care less. I could care less, guys. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Any other interesting tweets? No, nothing else right there. Okay. Lou, Eric, after Phillies blown Game 1, can they bounce back? Yeah, I think they can bounce back. Sure. The thing is they just got to score more runs. They're going to have to score more runs, man. Speaking of which, hold on. Let me take a look at that. Let's see what's on tap tomorrow for the NLCSs. I don't think they're not out of the woods yet, man. You got to win this next one though, right? Got to win this next one. All right, let's see. Monday. Blake Snell versus Jesus Luzardo. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a damn good one. Whoo, I think that one could be another pitching duel. Padres don't do too well against lefties, do they? If I remember right. And then for the Cubs, it's going to be Shota Imanaga against Aaron Ashby. Both of them will be on TBS, True TV, and HBO Max. So no, do I think the Phillies can bounce back? Sure, I think they can. Let's see what happens. Again, Blake Snell, man, if he's on, it's going to be tough. Period. It's going to be tough. If he's not on, well, then the Phillies have a chance. Oh, I saw some rumblings. I didn't see the actual story, but I heard about it. I can't remember where I saw it. I think was it on the radio? Maybe. It might have been on the radio. Where Matt Strahm was tipping his pitches during the Teoscar at bat, and that's how he's able to get a hold of one. I heard about that. Yeah, you know, it happens in a game sometimes when the moment is getting the best of you, insane, right? If you're out there and you're pitching in a big game, you're in there to kind of shut it down because the Dodgers are rallying and you're not really thinking about it and you're just trying to get that pitch over. Hey, sometimes you're susceptible for tipping your pitches. I don't think he's going to be doing that anymore with the amount of news that's coming out about it. So I got a feeling he ain't going to do that again. Dodgers are the best team again this year. I wouldn't say they're the best team. BW, I'd be careful about that. I don't think they're the best team. The best team, right? If you're going to go by record, the best team is the Milwaukee Brewers. Best record in all of baseball. So take it for what it's worth. We'll see what happens here in the playoffs, and then we'll go from there. So be careful. All right. Dodgers may or may not fix their bullpen with Roki Sasaki and Tyler Glasnow. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun. Period. End of story. It's going to be fun. That's all that matters, right? Is that this is some damn good baseball that we're watching. And we're seeing a little bit of everything. We're seeing blowouts. We're seeing tight games. I mean, wow. And you know what? Hey, how about this too, guys? How about Castillo? I was surprised he was able to go to 4 2/3. My God, his pitch count got up there. I mean, he was already at over 85 pitches by the time he came out of the game. It was laborious for him, but he left the game without giving up a run. And the Seattle's bullpen was, for the most part, okay. Right? The only guy that got in, what was it, Brash? Brash got a little bit weird there. But I tell you, Castillo, he matched toe for toe with Skubal, at least for 4 2/3. Like I said, the pitch count got the best of him. Otherwise, I think he would have gone deeper. So, hey, credit to Luis Castillo going out there and getting the job done against the Tigers. Let's see what we got. Matt Strahm has a vesting option next year. It vested and passed his physical, so he will be on the Phillies next year. Oh, there you go. Yes, forever Giant Luis Castillo. You guys remember who he was traded for? Do you remember, Aaron? Remember who he was traded for? Yeah, that one sucked. But whatever. What are you going to do? I'm trying to remember. Double DP McGee. Remember? Oh my God. I don't think it was McGee, was it? Are you sure? I don't think it was McGee because we got him. Didn't we get him from Florida? Or was he with Cincinnati at the time? Because we traded him to Cincinnati, remember? We traded Luis Castillo. I thought, wasn't that what's his name? The pitcher. God. Mike Leake. Wasn't it Mike Leake? Or was Mike Leake somebody else? I know Mike Leake was traded for by the Giants. I just can't remember who the player was that was involved. You guys are going to have to check on that one. I forget. Both of those were about the same time. Yeah, DP McGee. That guy was horrible, dude. Beat LA tomorrow. Yes, Joe. Absolutely. That's the order of the day. Phillies, come on. Take care of business, man. Yeah, but you got to think about that with the trade. The trade had to be done, insane. The Giants were in it, man. They lost Buster Posey in the catastrophic collision at home plate. They needed, and they were playing some good baseball. But where was Zach Wheeler? Zach Wheeler wasn't quote unquote Zach Wheeler for like 5 years after the damn trade, man. He went to the Mets, didn't do much, got hurt, had to get Tommy John, missed another year. The guy wasn't all that good, talking about Zach Wheeler, okay? Now, he's good now, don't get me wrong, but at that time, I would have done that trade. I got no problems with that trade at all because the Giants were trying to get somewhere. Okay, so that's what it was. Per Wikipedia. So it was McGee. Okay, Castillo and Kendry Flores. Casey McGee. Man, oh man. That was a bad trade. That one is a bad trade. That wasn't the best of trades. Yeah, exactly. Forever Giant DP McGee, 100%. That guy never failed. That guy hit into more double plays than freaking Jung Hoo Lee. Oh, our friend Isabel in Southern California says, has a good feeling that Blake Snell will have a good game tomorrow. We'll see. I hope he doesn't. I'm putting some voodoo on Blake Snell. The hex has been set. Phillies will win. You heard it here first. Right here, Giant Sports Talk Live. But anyways, today's game, both ALCSs, again, two totally different games. One was an absolute ass whooping. The other one, closely contested. Good stuff. Funny thing is we shipped that bum back to Miami afterwards. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah, but he already did his work. He already did the deed for the San Francisco Giants. Oh man. God, that was brutal. Ain't that the damn truth? Ibrahim, can we wake up to a manager announcement this week? I'm tired of checking X like an addict. That is a fact, guys. That is 100% a fact. Oh, by the way, guys, go check out Marty Lurie. His he's got a brand video out where they cut up just the managerial speaking portion of the conversation back on Friday. It's good stuff. Again, Barry Bloom, national sports writer, he weighed in on who the Giants manager may or may not be. Me, Marty, and Rick, we all kicked it around along with Barry. It was awesome stuff, guys. Go check it out if you haven't checked it out already. Yeah, man, that's hey, look, as far as Giants baseball is concerned, that is the focus right now. Who is going to be the next skipper for the San Francisco Giants? It could be it's wide open. It's wide open. It could be anybody. Anybody. Yeah, I seem to talk already about Aaron Boone. Yeah, Marcus. Aaron Boone may get the axe. Who knows? Depending on what happens on Tuesday. Wednesday morning, you might wake up to the New York Yankees needing a new manager. And again, that could put a wrinkle in who the Giants get, right? That's why the Giants need to act quickly to a certain extent. Look, I'm not trying to rush them. But what would be more appeasing to a future manager or potential manager? The New York Yankees or the San Francisco Giants? There could be some competition for a manager there. So you got to, guys, keep that in mind. It might be, to be honest with you, it might be better if the Yankees win one. How about the Yankees win on Tuesday? So then we could get our managing stuff out of the way, hopefully out of the way before the Yankees decide to move on. And look, are they going to move on? Who knows? Who knows? But if they get swept, whew, send Bob to New York. I don't know about that one. LD, go Mariners. Yeah. Jay Farrell. Lots of teams looking for a new manager. I'm so surprised the Padres are still sticking with Schilt. I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens with that one. Go Brewers. Yeah, I'm rooting for the Brewers. I'm rooting for the Brewers, rooting for the Mariners, rooting for the Blue Jays, rooting for the Phillies. Marcus, I have some long-form thoughts on this, but I think we should try someone young. I don't want an old dude sticking it up for their boomer bullpen management. Interesting. We'll have to see how this plays out. How about we get a guy that can just lead the team? How about that? And yes, he has to understand bullpen usage. But guess what? I'll tell you what. If you have some starting pitchers who could go 6 innings, that bullpen management makes it a whole lot easier. You get a bunch of studs in your starting rotation. Look, it's not easy, right? It's not easy, but you get some studs in your starting rotation, it answers your bullpen issues. You don't have to go to it as much. That would be nice. We'll see what happens. Try the young manager with Kapler. That is a fact. How did that work out? Jay Farrell. Yes, correct. We tried someone outside the organization. Farhan Zaidi. We tried a young manager in Gabe Kapler. How'd that shit work out for the San Francisco Giants? You can't get youth for the sake of youth. Just can't. Get the best qualified guy for the job. End of story. Whether he's young, whether he's old. Get the best guy for the job. Period. It's simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it. My dad used to tell me that all the time. Keep it simple, stupid. Come on. You don't need to get all fancy with the spices. No one's saying that. That's why you use money to go out there and go get your studs in the offseason. That's what I'm saying. What is up, Anthony? Senior said we also tried an old manager with ties to the Giants. How did that work out? Yeah, it didn't work out well. It didn't. That's a fact. That is a fact. All I'm saying is youth for youth's sake. I didn't say to go get Bob Melvin because he's old. I liked Bob Melvin because he had a history of being a manager. It didn't work out. It didn't work out, period. It's the same with Kapler. They got Kapler because he thought he was some young, up-and-coming guy that it didn't work out, period. That's why you go get a guy with the best chance to win, period. Period. Eric, oh my God. LD, come on, man. No. Come on. I'm just a guy in my freaking den talking baseball, dude. That's all I'm doing. A guitar player. Hey, there we go. It can't hurt. It can't hurt, PM. Interesting. Well, hey, Anthony, if you go listen to that interview, go check it out. The cut-up version of just the Giants manager talk on Marty's show. Barry Bloom talks about Melvin. Melvin's had some issues before when he was in Arizona. I think that's what he talked about. When he was in Arizona, he didn't get along with some of the upper management. So, hey, take it for what it is, man. They got Kapler because he agreed 100%. That's a fact. That's a fact. Hold on. Roberts didn't have experience, and look at what it's not because of Roberts, because the team did get better, right? Come on. It's hard to come on. Insane. You got to agree, right? It's really hard to screw up what the Dodgers have had for the last couple of years. When he first got hired, he wasn't getting shit done. Still had a decent team, but they weren't getting shit done. It took a while. A lot of that had to do with the players that they had. Right? Look, I'm not discrediting it. He's had his moments, but come on. Yeah, Vogt didn't have experience. That's a fact. And that's what I'm saying don't get caught up in the Vogt effect. That's all I'm asking. Guys, don't get caught up in the Vogt effect. Just because it's working with Stephen Vogt doesn't mean it's going to work with everybody else. That's all I'm saying. It could. It may not. But I just don't want people thinking just because it worked with Stephen Vogt that it's going to always work. That's it. We'll see. We shall soon find out. I'm thinking by the end of the weekend, right? By the end of the weekend, the Giants should announce who the manager is, right? Don't you guys think that that's where it should be? Got a feeling. And yeah, it's probably going to be long-term. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Suzuki would probably be great. He's got a great baseball mind, a lot of MLB experience. Stephen Vogt had the same, right? The next decade, Marcus. No, come on. You don't hire a manager for 10 years. That just doesn't happen. Right? Come on. You got to prove yourself to get past freaking 3. Right? Don't you? 10 years? Hey, I'm all for 10 years if the guy has proven it, right? But you don't come on and say, you are our manager for the next 10 years. Usually it's 3-year contracts, something like that. Something like that, right? Took Joe Torre a few teams to get going. Yeah, true. Yeah. Someone with the ability. Gotcha, Marcus. That makes sense. Has the ability to do that. Sure. Why not? It's going to be interesting. All Giants fans' ears are pinned to Twitter. Or I should say eyes. Eyes is probably a better. Eyes. LD, I'm halfway surprised the announcement of someone we've never heard of. Probably. Right? Posey may very well zig while everyone else is zagging. There is a potential for that happening. He's kind of shown it already, right? Willie Adames, Rafi Devers, right? Those came out of nowhere. No one saw those coming. So yeah, I would not be surprised if it's someone you never heard of. LD, that could very well be in play. And that's another one. Yeah, the coaches. Are the coaches going to be brought on by Posey, or are they going to be brought on by the manager? It sounded like in the presser, Posey is going to give the manager the ability to create his own coaches. Should I say create, but create the coaching staff. They said, I think Posey said they will tell the manager, yeah, we highly suggest this one, but it's the manager's prerogative on who they want to keep. So should be interesting. It's 49er me, right? It's got to be soon, right? It can't be that long, would it be? If it goes into 2 weeks, don't you think there's something going on? Something's got to be going on with that, right? I think something would be kind of something happened. It can't go that long, can it? Pablo Sandoval. November. God, no way. LD, it's got to be way before November. You got to have your manager and your coaching in place before you start getting ready to get into the winter. No, I guess it kind of is, but my God, November. That seems awfully long. How long does it take? I mean, does it take that long to decide on who the manager is? I mean, he's already doing interviews, right? You don't keep the interview window open for a month, do you? Texas Rangers, man, they announced it within 3 to 4 days of who their guy was going to be. Right? We'll see. How do you even talk to free agents if you don't tell them who's managing? That's a fact, Jay Farrell, yeah. Because remember, 5 days after the conclusion of the World Series, you could start talking to players. And you got to have a guy in place. I'm talking about a manager. You got to have a manager in place before any of that starts going down. You have to. And we're talking the end of October there, right? Yes, he was an internal hire, Marcus, but is Texas didn't mess around. They went out there and, hey, they may have interviewed people. Who knows? I'm just saying they worked quick. Could they announce something? Sure, they could. They could announce it at any time. Do you think the Giants re-sign any players? I don't know. That's something we could talk about in the offseason here. Yeah, buddy. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Tomorrow on tap again, game 1, 3 o'clock, 3:08 p.m. Dodgers, Philadelphia in Philadelphia. Blake Snell going for the Dodgers. Jesus Luzardo going for the Phillies. Game 2 will be at 6:08 p.m. Shota Imanaga, forgive me if I mispronounce that, for the Chicago Cubs. Chicago Cubs. Milwaukee Brewers will be sending Aaron Ashby to the mound. So, again, 2 more games on tap for tomorrow. That should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to talking more baseball tomorrow. And Glenn will be back with us tomorrow. Again, this evening, he had to take care of some radio stuff. In the meantime, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. And we'll be back here tomorrow. Do it all over again. All right. You guys have a good one. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.